Welcome people, it's your boy Into Spurs back here with another video. Now, like I said, 2026, I'm going to be posting more videos on my channel and also trying to get match reactions as soon as the game happens. Obviously, yesterday was our difficult game, I could suggest, and it was 0-0 to Tottenham and Brentford, as you know. One of them games, man, there's nothing more you can say, man. It felt like Frank was too scared to go up against his old side, and there was just I don't know, fight, desire, like motivation. I felt like the players were told to make sure you don't concede, and ultimately it was a boring watch for both fans. Like there was not much you can actually take from that initial game. I thought our defense dealt with what was thrown at them, and in regards to offense, I felt like we didn't want to take risk. There was no ball playing midfielder, and it's obvious that we're struggling to create chances because our striker within Richarlison, yes, he's not one of the greatest strikers, but the balls we were playing to him, practically, it's like you were telling the offense that we weren't serious. There was no balls there was only one ball I can remember from yesterday's game which went to his feet, but it's like it's another Tottenham performance. There's no inspiration, there's nothing to actually take from this game and say, yeah, I can see what Frank is trying to do. We're halfway through the season and it's not getting better. Sadly, it's not. Let me be also honest with you. The players that we have at Tottenham right now, obviously Johnson has just gone to Crystal Palace, as you saw in my last video. But what can you expect? We're mediocre. There's nothing to play for this season. The results, look, at least it wasn't a loss, at least it was a draw, but then we have quite a hard fixture, quite a few hard fixtures coming up, and I think if anything, Brentford, Bournemouth were the games that I thought Tottenham could at least put some points on the board. But look, that's Tottenham for you. We're definitely in a massive transition. Again, I made it clear from my last video that I am actually going to give Frank time. It's becoming frustrating that I keep saying this, but it's like Frank has to prove to me this season why he's at Tottenham. He needs to implement his style. We need to actually back him in this January window. The window's open. There's no excuse for Tottenham not to bring at least 2 to 3 players in vital positions where we definitely need. Now looking at what we need, I have to say we definitely need a midfielder, a ball playing midfielder. We're lacking a midfielder that can actually play with his feet and hard working. You know what? Big up We Are Tottenham TV, because I think it was Sim that said, in fact, it wasn't even Tottenham TV, it was Brian Daigle. Big up Brian Daigle, in it. Shout out to him. He was saying a player like Ruben Neves, someone that can actually dominate the midfield, or even just a Gallagher or a McTominay, someone that has a proven style behind them that can actually pass and can get us up the pitch. We're struggling to create chances, and our quality from our attacking players is not there. We're seeing a drop off in our wingers. Look, let's be honest with you. This far through, but it's it's hard for us to actually push forward when our quality is not good, you know. So we need to definitely address the winger situation. I think it's more important for us to get that winger in through the door, and we definitely need extra bodies because we're struggling. We are definitely struggling to create chances, you know. Clean sheet, I think that's another positive. I think, yeah, we although we drew the match, we didn't concede, and we can work from it. Our wave form is still one of the best, and yeah, we can look to move forward from that. But look, Tottenham's not anything special right now. We're watching our rivals like Arsenal compete for the league, and you've got Tottenham struggling to even compete for mid-table. You know, so there's a lot of there's a lot of negatives, but there's also some sort of, I would say, like, when I say positives, I mean like it could be worse, you know, and at least we are taking points. But look, again, we can just hope for better form, you know. I do definitely think Frank, look, even though I am definitely giving him time, I do think Frank is running out of ideas. I also think the job is becoming too big for him. You know, I was watching Barnaby, big up to him as well. You know, he was saying something on the lines of he reminds of this Frank, like Frank at the moment. He reminds us of Nuno because even with how short Nuno was with Tottenham, you know, we're not seeing any progression, you know. I look again. We can only give him the year to see how it goes, but realistically, we need to get our act kicking from next season. I think this season is a write-off, and we can only just hope for better. Is what it is, isn't it? But if you like my match reaction, comment, subscribe.